Brother, there is a half-second moment that happens right before a woman says something to you. A tiny, almost invisible thing her mouth does. And in that half second, her entire inner world is completely exposed. Most men never see it. The ones who do, they never unsee it. This isn't the kind of thing you'll find in a self-help book or a how to attract women crash course. Those places will tell you to make eye contact and smile more. They'll give you openers and routines and scripts. That's not what this is. What I'm going to show you tonight goes deeper than all of that. Straight into the subconscious layer of female communication that most men walk past every single day without realizing what they just missed. By the time this video ends, you are going to understand something about female psychology that will permanently change the way you read every conversation you have with a woman. Not because I'm going to hand you a trick, but because I'm going to hand you the truth. Stay with me. Let me paint you a picture first. And I want you to be honest with yourself while I do. You're talking to a woman. Maybe it's a first date. Maybe it's a girl you've been seeing for a few weeks. Maybe it's someone at work who you felt something with for a long time. The conversation is good. It's flowing. There's warmth in it. She's laughing. And then she looks at you, really looks at you. And right before she says something, her lips press together for just a moment, just a flash. And then she speaks. And you listen to the words. That's what most men do. They hear the sentence. They miss the signal. They respond to the content and completely skip over the transmission. And that gap, that tiny silent gap between what she said and what she meant, is exactly where connection either deepens or quietly dies. Brother, most men live their entire romantic lives inside that gap without ever knowing it exists. I want to change that for you tonight. Because here's the raw reality. Women are not confusing. They are not mysterious creatures designed to keep you guessing. They are extraordinarily clear communicators, just not in words. Words are the last layer. Words are what's left over after her body has already said everything. And when you don't know how to read the body, you spend the whole conversation translating the wrong language. The lip press is one of the most emotionally loaded signals in female body language, and it is one of the most misread. I've seen men interpret it as discomfort, as boredom, as her losing interest. I've seen men pull back right at the exact moment she was about to open up because they read the silence wrong and they flinched. That flinch cost them everything. Tonight, we break it down, all of it. And I'll be saving the most important layer, the one that tells you exactly what she's decided about you, for the end. Here's what the science tells us, and I want you to really absorb this. Her nervous system is always processing before her conscious mind catches up. When a woman feels something, real, genuine feeling, her body responds to it before she has any language for what she's experiencing. This is neurologically documented. The limbic system, which governs emotion and emotional memory, fires first. The prefrontal cortex, the thinking, speaking, word-choosing part, comes second. That gap, that delay between feeling and speaking, that's where the lip press lives. When a woman presses her lips together and holds them there for even half a second right before she speaks to you, her nervous system is doing something very specific. It's regulating, it's processing, it's managing an emotional charge that her body felt before her mind caught up. Studies in nonverbal communication consistently show that involuntary lip compression is one of the body's instinctive responses to suppressed emotion. And the direction of that emotion, whether it's something she's holding back because it's too much, too soon, or too vulnerable, depends entirely on the context in which it appears. That's the part most people, even people who study body language, get wrong. They treat the lip press like it has one meaning, a single answer. It doesn't. It has layers. And each layer tells you something different about where you stand with her. So let me walk you through them. Level 1, the lip press of suppression. This is the first and most surface level form. It's what happens when she's feeling something she doesn't yet trust herself to say out loud. Not because she doesn't want to, because she's not sure she should. Pay attention to when this one appears. It almost never shows up in the middle of conversation. It appears at the edges, at the beginning of her response, right before she answers a question that touched something real, right before she shifts the topic, right before she says something casual that is, underneath, anything but. If you've been talking to a woman and you say something, a genuine thing, a moment of real honesty, and she pauses, presses her lips together, looks slightly to the side, and then responds with something that feels lighter than the moment deserved. That's level 1. She felt it. She just didn't let it out yet. Brother, that is not a rejection. That is a door that is almost open. The mistake men make at level 1 is they interpret the lighter response as the truth. They take it at face value. They match her energy and pull back. And she, who was already managing something tender inside her, reads that pullback as a sign that maybe she was wrong to feel it, and the door quietly closes. What you should do at level 1 is stay steady. Don't chase it, don't push for it, just hold your presence. Don't fill the space with noise. Let the moment breathe, because she's still deciding. And the man who can sit in that silence without flinching, without rushing to make it comfortable, is the man her nervous system registers as safe. And safe is what unlocks everything. Level 2, the lip press of internal conflict. This one is more intense, and it looks slightly different if you know what to watch. At level 2, the lips don't just press. They press and hold for a beat longer than natural. Sometimes you'll see a very slight tension in her jaw. Sometimes you'll see her inhale quietly right after, like she's settling herself. And when she finally speaks, there's sometimes a quality in her voice that's a shade softer than her usual register. This is the signal that she is actively in conflict with herself about something. And most of the time, that something is you. Not in a bad way. Listen carefully. Internal conflict in a woman who is attracted to you is not a warning sign. It is proof that you are real to her. It means you've moved past the surface. It means something about who you are, something she didn't expect, has disrupted her original map of how this was supposed to go. And now her nervous system is recalibrating. I remember a moment, years ago now, sitting across from a woman I was completely drawn to. We were deep into a conversation about something that actually mattered. Not small talk, real talk. And she looked at me and I watched this happen. The pause, the press, the held breath. And I panicked. I thought I'd said something wrong. I rushed to smooth it over, made a joke, deflected. And I watched the depth we'd just built drain out of the room like water from a bathtub. She laughed at the joke. And then she went a little quieter. And by the end of the night, something that had been building was gone. I didn't understand until much later what I'd interrupted. Brother, level 2 is a sacred moment. When you see it, stay. Don't deflect, don't perform. The most powerful thing you can do is look at her calmly, let the silence hold, and trust that she is working through something that matters. Because she is. Level 3. The lip press of almost confession. Now we're getting somewhere. Level 3 is rare. You won't see it in casual conversation. You won't see it with someone who's still deciding if you're worth the risk. Level 3 only appears when she is on the edge of saying something that scares her. Something that, once said, can't be unsaid. The physical signal here is almost identical to level 2. But there's one thing that separates it. After the press, after the pause, she looks directly at you. Not away, not to the side, at you. And the look carries something. It's not a blank look. It's a look that is measuring something, reading something, searching your face for something specific. She's asking a question she won't voice out loud. She's asking, is it safe to say this? And the answer she gets, not from your words, but from your face, from your stillness, from the energy your body is putting into the room, determines whether what's on the edge of her lips ever makes it out. This is where masculine presence is not a concept. It is a function. Your ability to be present, calm, and unshaken in this moment is what her nervous system is measuring. Because she's not just deciding whether to say the thing, she's deciding whether you can hold it, whether you're the kind of man whose space she can put her truth into without it getting dropped, dismissed, or used against her. Most men fail this test not through cruelty, but through nervousness. They get uncomfortable with the weight of the moment. They shift, they look away, they smile in a way that breaks the tension, and in breaking the tension, they break the thread. Stay, brother. Breathe. Look at her the way a man looks at something he's not afraid of. That is the answer she needs. Now. I told you at the start I was saving the most important one for the end. and I don't break promises. Because the first three levels are about reading what she's feeling. But the fourth, level 4, is about what she's already decided. And this one changes everything. But before I get there, I need you to understand something crucial about how all of this connects. The lip press in any of its forms only appears when the emotion is real. You will never see it with a woman who is performing with you. You will never see it with a woman who is simply going through the motions of being interested. The body does not lie at this level. The body only produces this signal when something authentic is being processed, which means the moment you recognize it, the moment you actually see it, you are being let into something she didn't consciously choose to show you. That is not a small thing. That is a sacred opening. And the way you respond to it, not with tactics, not with lines, not with manufactured coolness, but with genuine, grounded presence, will determine whether that opening becomes a door or closes forever. This is the truth almost no one talks about when it comes to attraction. It isn't about what you say. It's never been about what you say. It's about whether your presence makes her nervous system feel that it's safe to feel. That's the real chemical reaction. That's what she's actually testing every time she presses her lips together and looks at you. She's not testing your confidence as a performance. She's testing your safety as a reality. Level 4, the lip press of surrender. Brother, this one right here. Level 4 is different from all the others, and you will know it the moment you see it. If you've been paying attention to everything I've laid out for you tonight, here's what it looks like. She's been talking to you. The conversation has gone somewhere real. You've held your presence through the moments that asked for it. You haven't flinched. You haven't rushed. You haven't deflected. And then there's a moment, a particular kind of quiet. And she looks at you, and she presses her lips together. And this time, when she holds that press, you will notice that the tension in her face, the slight resistance that was there in levels 1, 2, and 3, is gone. The press at level 4 is softer. There is no conflict in it. There is no measuring. There is no fear. There is only something that looks from the outside like a woman gathering herself. Not because she's holding something back, but because what she's about to say, or do, or allow is something she has already decided on, quietly, without announcement, while you weren't even watching. Her nervous system has made a ruling. You passed every test you didn't know you were taking. You held every moment you didn't know needed to be held. And now, in this soft, unguarded press of her lips, she is simply taking a breath before she lets you in. This is emotional surrender, not weakness, not helplessness. Surrender in the way that only strength can surrender, freely, consciously, because she has decided that you are worth it. The physicality of it is primal. Her whole body tends to shift very slightly in this moment. Shoulders soften, the angle of her head changes, almost imperceptible, but there. Her eyes, when she looks at you after the press, are different, calmer. There's a warmth in them that wasn't there before. Not the warmth of politeness or performance, the warmth of something that has stopped protecting itself. What do you do at level 4? Nothing dramatic, nothing designed. You hold it, you receive it. You look at her the way a man looks at something he already knew was coming because he trusted the process. Because here is the raw, unfiltered truth about all of this. You don't earn level 4 by doing something right in the moment. You earn it by doing everything right in every moment before it, by being steady when the conversation got heavy, by staying when another man would have filled the silence with noise, by reading her signals well enough not to push when she was still processing and not to retreat when she was still deciding. Level 4 is the payoff of all of it. It is her body's way of saying, without words, without ceremony, without a single statement that can be taken back, that she has chosen to feel this. And brother, when you see it, you will know you've already earned it. Now let me bring it all the way home, because the lip press isn't just a signal, it's a map. It's a real-time readout of where you are with her and what she needs from you in each moment. And the men who can read it, not as a trick, not as a system, but as a genuine, respectful understanding of how her inner world works. These are the men who never have to wonder if she's interested. These are the men who never pull back at the exact moment they should stay. These are the men who walk into level 4 with her, not because they knew the right words, but because they understood the right silences. This is what we mean when we talk about reading silent signals. Not surveillance, not strategy, understanding. The kind of understanding that makes a woman feel, perhaps for the first time in a long time, that the man across from her actually sees her. Not the performance of her, not the version of her she shows the world, but the real, unguarded, quietly terrified, and quietly hopeful version of her that she guards more carefully than anything else she owns. That version of her has a language. Her body speaks it constantly. You just had to know what to listen for. Most men will watch this video and hear information. A smaller number will actually absorb it. But the man who takes this into the world and lets it change how he shows up, that man is going to experience something completely different. Not because the women around him changed, because he did. That's the shift. That's always been the shift. Not in them, in you. If this opened something for you tonight, I want you to do one thing. Share this with one man who needs it. Not because this channel needs the numbers, because another man out there is sitting across from someone incredible right now, missing every signal she's sending, and slowly losing something he hasn't even realized he found yet. Help him. Pass it forward. That's what this community is built on. Men helping men see more clearly. Hit subscribe so that what we build here reaches further. Every video we release goes deeper into the territory that most channels won't touch. Female psychology, the unspoken language of attraction, the silent architecture of emotional connection. You do not want to miss what's coming next. Because next time, we're going into something that happens even before she speaks. A signal that shows up in the body before a woman is even consciously aware she's feeling something for you. Before the lip press, before the touch, before any of it. The very first moment her nervous system registers you as different. Brother, that one is going to change everything.